is what we do. No guidebooks here, just do it bold. Legends are made in grease and gold. It's more than cars, it's heart and soul. Creating drive that takes control. Let's break the mold, stretch the land, chasing the thrill with tools in hand. Welcome to Redskin Garage today, where the sparks fly and tools play. With every twist, turn and grind, you'll find the dreamer's state of mind.
Alright, so you guys gotta check this out.
These little magnets I got for another project a while back, but now I've got another use for them.
So these pickups are magnets. These little teeny tiny neodymium magnets. I got them off of Amazon. I'm gonna find the polarity here in a minute. But that's the idea. Put them on there so that way it picks up more. And it does make a difference. Watch this. So here's with it. Volume all the way up. Listen to the sustain. And here's without it. It's a lot less. I'll sneak this in there.
Look at that. It's still going. So that's the idea. Come here. Suckers are strong. This is a magnet polarity tester. It will tell you which side the north and south poles of the magnet are. For instance, if I take this stick of magnets right here, I don't know if you can see that moving in there, but if I flip it, one is one way, one is the other. Got a north and a south. The white is north and black is south. So hold this over it and it will tell you.
This is the South Pole. This is the North Pole.
If I'm not mistaken, these need to be facing north. I have to look into that, but either way, if I know that's the North Pole, I can try him out. If that don't work too good, we'll try out the South Pole. Pretty cool, huh? And here's without it. Again, come here. It's a lot more quiet. Oh. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Adding magnets to it. You want to see how it sounds, how it plays. If they get in the way, I got smaller ones. Won't be as loud, but it'll be an improvement of tone. Give me a second, I'm going to turn the light on for you. But this is a magnetic field viewing film. Got this off of Amazon as well. So this film is useful for orienting the magnet to begin with. So, for instance, if all I had were this magnet rolling around, well, now I have no idea which way to begin to use the tester. Well, I do. I can figure it out. It wouldn't be difficult. But, see, this is neither a north or a south. I mean, you really have no which way of knowing. But it just simplifies that. So, you can see it's split in half. Let me wipe this off. Got that. Hope you can see this real well. See how it's split in the middle? If I turn it, now it's just one dot. That is either the north or the south pole of the magnet. If I turn it to the side again, it's split. You can see the north and the south pole. But I have no idea which one is which. So if I take this Now I can figure it out. Bada bing, bada boom. And so this film could also be useful for seeing which way the magnetic fields are oriented. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy looking? So for instance, if it's going on this guitar here, yep. What if? What if? What if I could have one opposing the other, and then have the third opposing the other, so that way one forces one out, but it's forcing this one in, the other one's keeping it centered and centered and centered and centered and centered. So I can tell by putting this over top which way it would go. Let's see if I can get that for you. How good it's gonna be. Close them together. Snapping out right here. Take him too. Except for them things, they are strong. Alright, that's enough playing with that. But you get the idea. I could have them set whichever way I wanted. And orient them in any direction. And it could probably create a whole bunch of different tones. Especially if I were to get something like this. These little ones. Right. And then set them up like in a triangle or something. I don't know. Doing like that. Right? And then I would be able to tell I'd be able to tell which way the poles are oriented. Ain't that cool? So then, if I had several of them, you had them like that. See the little shapes that you could come up with. But okay. But you could orient them whichever way you want to orient them. You know, you could have one going one way, one going the other. Or you could have them all in a row, lined up by polarities. You could do this all different kinds of ways. That is insane. Who would have thought? Who would have thought you could add magnets and get more tone? And this thing, look at this. It's a big one. Watch it. Just wipe it clean. Hang on, reflections. It's not even close to it. Imagine putting that on a bass guitar or something. Oh man. That would be insane. Dun, dun. Oh, cool. I got it to flip. That's crazy. I'll probably never get it back now. Oh. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. You can use that and wipe it clean.
Yeah, definitely think this will be a pretty cool project. I could spend hours and hours. I'm not going to. I'm going to see what fits and then go from there. Stick around for a tune.
I'll get there. I'll get there. A little bit of practice. At a time.
Yeah, they sound pretty good. Something wrong with this low E note now, though. It's all warbly. I don't know what in the world that meant. I may have went a little too far. I might need another magnet. It's sucked downwards. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it is pulling the string and bowed inwards towards the magnet. That's probably why it sounds warbly. It's like, maybe I just need to raise it up some. It might help. But yeah, it don't sound too good now neither. That's crazy. Yeah, so now we're just playing around. This one barely takes a tap. It is stuck. The rest of them. That's crazy. So I can get a little out of them. Not 2 pickups worth though. So I guess my goal here is get as many magnets on there as I can to get as much tone out of it as I can without affecting the strings to make that warble. That just is awful. Makes your strings feel out of tune, sound out of tune, and everything instantly. It's like you get too much of it, I won't even play. Tinkering and learning and tinkering. After I get as many as I can, I'm gonna leave it. You don't want to make too many changes because you don't really know what's gonna sound good. So What I mean by that is, I could take this and lay it over top of all the magnets, right? And then call that test 1. We're going back and forth. If you can't listen to the back and forth at the same exact time, you'll never know what's better. And yeah, I could go through and do a whole bunch of editing, but I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. I still got a lot of learning to do anyway. What I want is just a different sound, which this is giving me. So if I laid this down on top of the pickups, called that test 1, and then immediately took it back off and rearranged it, well, I don't know which one really sounds better. All I know is it sounds different. So if I just put something on there and leave it, come back to it later after I played on it for a while, I'll really notice the difference then. By ear, I'll be able to be like, yes, that's different. It's definitely different. It's the sound I'm looking for, or I liked it the way it was. That's the goal. Let me see how many I can get on here, and then we'll leave it alone.
So another problem I'm having is, when I strike the 12th fret, it's still doing it. It's because when I push this down, it does get ever so slightly closer to the magnet. Up here at the 1st, not so much, but when you get to the 12th, and then you start moving the string down, it gets closer to the magnet. It gives it that warble again, so unfortunately these are too strong as well. It's got a little bit of warble. So these two might be okay. These three gotta go. They gotta get replaced with little ones.
If I'm not mistaken, I could also flip these sideways, so that way it wouldn't be on the north or the south pole. That way one magnetic field is over here and one is over here, so the strings vibrate side to side. It should pick up on one side and then the other, right? You would think so. You would think that's how it works. There's a lot of things I could try. A whole bunch of different little nuances that I could do. And then furthermore, if I could get it on its side, then one side would be north and one side would be south. Therefore, I could have them opposing, holding one center, basically. One north and one south, and they're both opposite of the center one. And so on and so forth. Or I could turn them up and downwards to make the magnetic field run one side here and one side there. That way there is no interaction between the magnets, more or less. Or I could turn back the other way where the magnetic poles are like this and have them in a line, the magnetic poles in a alignment with one another. There are so many different ways I could set this up. But the first way I'm going to try is the way we've been doing it for a long time. These magnets in here already, the factory magnets, are oriented. Which way? Let me see. I won't lie to you. North, right? White is north, so north. And then these ones are set up south. North, south. North, south. Flips right over. North, south. Hard to show you. Anyways. And then the top one is north again.
That's how these are set up. This is just a Chinese squire. From the early 2000s. Let's see. So yeah, pretty interesting project. Trying to get more power out of it. Not only that, furthermore, I can orient these blocks. This is cool too because you can align the magnet with the string. So these cheap squires, the magnets aren't completely aligned with the strings anyways. Looking straight down at it, you know, this magnet is a little bit out, and so is this one. It's out. They're not actually aligned with the strings. So you can take these magnets and scoot them, and look down over it and scoot them right up under the string, which is cool. And lastly, even though these are top, bottom, north, and south right now, I can also, just because they're shaped, turn them to the sides, and that way, when this vibrates back and forth, there's more room in the magnet, basically, which is under the string. See, if I had them straight up and down, now there's not quite as much room for, which really don't matter. That is so nuanced, but, what do they call that? Obsessive? All different kinds of ways I can do this. Okay, let's see if I can show you this. So imagine this. If these magnets affect the string so much that it warbles, it's not only that. So if it's pulling down on the strings, let's say I don't have anything pushed down. Lay down. Okay. Don't have any frets pushed down. There's a certain amount of tension that these magnets will be actively applying to the downward force. Trying to sound smart here, but I hope you can understand what I'm saying. When I push down here at the 12th fret, it makes this even closer to the magnet, which makes it pull the string down more, which makes the tension of the string greater. It makes it more. So, doing this may also affect intonation. Because when I pushed the 12th fret, it pulled the string. My finger made the string move downwards towards the magnet, which made the magnet try to grab a hold of the string more, which made the string pull tighter than it ordinarily would. If you can imagine that. I hope I explained that well enough.
Just basically saying that doing this could possibly affect intonation. So you may have to re-intonate. Just something to think about. But that's also why it was sounding more warbly when I fret than when I didn't. Because the string was higher from the magnet. The string distance from the magnet was greater when I didn't have it fretted than when I did. So when you fret it, it would be warbly. I'm getting the hang of it. Picking up on the pickups.
lot of the trouble I'm having too is because these are the lightest strings you can buy from Ernie Ball anyway, so, yeah, it won't take much to pull them down. I got a thicker gauge on here, I might have better luck. So, been playing this for a day now. I took the rest of these off of here. It's too much for these thin strings. I imagine that when I get the hang of it and I put some thicker strings on here, it won't be so bad. But for now, just this bottom pickup is all I've got, which is the one I like the most anyway. And I may try and adjust the string height on some of these strings again, which means I'll have to redo intonation. I might do that next string change. I still got one pack of these zippy slinkies. I ain't got another pack of them because I am still learning, and my fingers are already sore. This thing ain't getting calloused like they was, but I can feel the callus build up a little. So yeah, it's definitely a beginner size string here, for sure. They're just super floppy, zingy. They do sound pretty bad, but just for beginners. I mean, it's practice strings, man. I like them. I think they're really comfortable, and they'll help you get the hang of stuff without having to try too hard or beat your fingers up. My fingers are more sore, like the muscles in them, than they are in pain. It's a little bit painful sore, but it's not. I haven't had to take a day off in the whole week. I might take the day off, even though I've been playing already. Yeah. Gotta get used to playing in front of the camera too. Awful nervous and stuff, but I get the hang of it. Still learning songs, having trouble buckling down and actually finishing things. I am getting a little bit better, but 24 songs I can play. I can play in various amounts of completion. So yeah, better than some people though. Some people wouldn't even know where to begin.